Hello, it's me, Naba Pip. I know this is a bit of a surprise to anyone, but I wanted to try. Well, for a while, I've wanted to try Let's Plays on this channel. And if that's not your thing, then click away. But this is just something I wanted to do for like a long time. Because I'm a pretty big fan of video games. They're just really fun to me. But in my opinion, I'm not so great at them. But this here game, called Befriendus, is a visual novel game. So you just have to click. That's all you really have to do. There's no like moving really. And just click choices. And this is based off of Homestuck. So if you don't really like Homestuck, then this is also not going to be something to enjoy, but it's a fan game based off of a not fan game called Pesterquest. And I recently just finished like binge watching Pesterquest videos, and oh my god. When I found out that this was a thing, I legit thought that it was like a canon game. But it isn't, it's a fan game. But it looks so professional and pretty, the music's so pretty, and I was just like, you know what better game to play? It's just not that much action involved. It's easy. It's only on the PC. It's perfect. But let's get started. There was some mentions of flashing and rapid movement, so let's read the warnings. General rule: Befriendus contains adult language, violence, blood, and innuendos. Content warnings or specific routes can be accessed by clicking on the spoiler tags below. Volume 1, Stabbing, Drowning. Volume 1 is what we're going to be playing. Volume 2, Eye Horror, Ableism, Institutionalization, Flashing Lights, Toggable, In options. And then Volume Heart, which I believe is a secret route, is Animal Violence. Okay. So we got the credits over here. Volume Select, Winner Takes All, and SOS. And that's us. That's our little avatar. Options over here. We got text speed. Yeah, that's good. Music volume, sound volume. I can lower sound volume a bit, and music a little bit too. I'm not really one. Transistor puns enabled, quirks enabled, yes. Text colors enabled, motion sets flash intended, reduced. Yeah, I think I'm fine. Yeah, I think all of these are fine. I wanna play this in its intended form, or at least, well, not intended form, but in its raw purpose. Let me get my reading voice. You wake up on the beach. You're pretty sure this is a beach anyway. Far be it from you to determine what things are on this ass-backwards planet. Maybe they call these things sea body borders or some inane horseshit like that. You let a disgusting wet cough because you apparently decided to take a nap in the ocean for some reason? Beats you, you're just trying to ignore the feeling of wet clothes sticking to your skin. Ugh, this probably means you have sand everywhere too. Even the awful places. You feel the purple waves tickle your feet as you gaze at the alien sky above you. Wait a minute. Isn't the ocean meant to be like a super dangerous place? You recall pretty much every troll you've ever talked to telling you that this is a horrendous place to be if you're not a sea dweller. A sea dweller with huge shark teeth, gold adornments from horn to toe, and pointy fins flared out as if nature itself is saying, "Hey, numbnuts, steer clear." You know, like this friendly-looking individual obviously is, stepping up from the depths like a hungry sea monster. Thank God you're right by a pool of water so you can clean from whatever garments you're soiling right now. Well, well, well. Will times 3 combo. Look who finally decided to come back from Snoozeland. Does she want an answer? You could totally answer. Oh my god. Provided she doesn't give you the pointy end of that twofold fork she's got there. It looks very nice, by the way. Really, brings out the complexion. The laugh you get in response is very shrill and piercing, which I hope is the theme she has intention to maintain. You're good without piercings, thanks. Damn, little freak, guess I can't bring myself to curl such an intense bootlicker. Not yet, anyways. Don't answer my question that, I'm gonna need you to real quick, though. Wait. Oh my god, did I read that wrong? That don't answer my cue that I'm gonna need you to a real quick though. How in the fuck did your ass wind up a purifying in the middle of the ocean with no fins and no fake pointy ass wizard hat? You know she means business because she's nudging you with her pointy business stick. As waterlogged as you are, you still feel like a threat when you see me. So at least I try to as you ponder. How in the fuck did your ass wind up a purifying in the middle of the ocean? Music. Get me to calm down a little bit. Thanks. And let's see real quick. Your memories are very unclear right now. Big fucking surprise given your track record. But right now, you're chalking that up to recovering from drowning as opposed to, like, plot bullshit. Your best bet is plot bullshit, and you really wish you had a less ridiculous sounding answer for her. Okay, go into excruciating detail, be vague, and wishy-washy. This is, actually, let's overwrite my save because that was kind of pointless. Do I want to go the bad end first or the good end? I want to do what I would do in this situation, because Meenah, she's kind of, she doesn't really like vague answers, but excruciating detail sounds kind of, you know, so vagueness would probably be the best way to go, but this is really hard. I like this chill part of the song right here. It's so nice. I'm just going into excruciating detail. So, you tell the sea dweller with renewed vigor, let me tell you about a homesick traveler crash landing on an alien planet. She already looks incredibly done with whatever bullshit about her subject or two, but it's okay. You assure her the story involves, explosions, action, teen drama, heartbreak? Is that something she's be into? I'd be into yo Lucis. Shalom, ayo! Joke's on her, you don't have a Lucis. You expect her to feel overwhelmingly guilty for poking fun at your orphan status, but she doesn't bat an eye. What? No apologies or comments about how sad that is? Fine, alright, you get it. You got a story to tell anyhow. To cover up the awkwardness of the situation, your mouth starts to run like it's a goddamn waterfall with everything your little mind can dredge up. Not necessarily on chronological order, but let's be real, you won't understand the whole clown armpit thing without first diving into your thirst for someone who turned out to be a drug dealer. Or wait, was that part in your head? God damn it! Even with your memories intact, you can't make heads or tails of that party or the daughters. You're way too trashed and or soothed by a pretty guy. You start to recite the entirety of Chixie's rap battle, but proceed to perfect half of her second verse and struggle to fill the blanks with the most vulgar-sounding verbs possible. She looks like she's about to fall asleep. Not really, but she definitely looks like she's trying to really fall asleep. Shit, you're losing her. Did you mention the time you got a dub nap? Some assholes light me up and numbed around the green moon. Fuck, okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. I'll be real, there was a 0% chance of me giving literally a single shit about whatever you're tying with those seed flaps of yours. LBR censor, let's be real. But if you think I'm gonna sit here and listen to a whole new Windfang chew me out with make-believe BS, you cray. Cray chumps. Chump like chum. Do us both a favor, and fuck off. Mostly me though. What? Make-believe? This is all real as shit. You sure? Do you think you can make up an underground surfloat in the hunt for hot dogs? Okay, maybe that sounds somewhat unrealistic now you say it out loud, but maybe you still got some letter clogged in your healing shells. Get on your strut pods and clam spray before I fork ya. South Pole times infinity combo. It's about now that you're remembering her teeth are razor sharp. It helps that she's bearing them at you. Jogs in a little. Her race train on the hand kicks your jog memory to a sprint for the high hills. Spits into a rock, you think of safety. None of this salty smelling dangerscape. None of this oppressed dystopian alien society, and most certainly no raggedy death princesses. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that you seem to not be by the beach anymore, if the lack of shoreside ambience is anything to go by. The bad news is that you zapped away a split second after her trident landed right in your gut. In your last moments, you don't hear her angry accusatory glubs. You don't hear her demanding you return her trident to her. You just hear the blood in your ears. You also feel it, all around you. It's kinda really fucking gross. Thankfully dead people don't care so much about things like cleanliness. You proceed to stop caring so much. Epic, good, bad end. TLDR, please. Zap. We got the band in first, let's go. Friends, buddies, pals, chums. Wait, is chum okay to say around $Z? Okay, load the save. Be vague and wishy-washy. Okay. Be cool. This is obviously one cool customer over here. You can't scare her away by acting like a total doofus. If there were a lamppost nearby, you'd be crossing your arms and leaning into it all cool-like and casually, like you don't give an F about what your parents have to say about your life choices. Instead, you just shrug and tell her that you can teleport. Yeah, whatever. No big deal. There's more fish in the sea where that came from. I'm pretty sure that's what that saying means. Shit, you're actually not sure if saying fish around her is, like, offensive to her. You're about to drop your total cool for school attitude and apologize, but she cuts you off before she can. Ugh, why you gotta use fish puns? They be my weakness! Don't stop them. Alright, you don't seem like a tidal shore to be around, so let me give you the rundown. Tidal what? Total chore. Come on, keep up. Speaking of shores, I need you to do something for me. You've got a sneaking suspicion that this favor she's about to ask you for is a little more mandatory than you would generally prefer. Quite frankly, you arrived just to make friends, and you have to chums, huh? Tell you what, how about I scrape your back chitin and you scrape mine? Sure, oh, another decision right here? Okay, I probably have to say yes to this, but you know what, we're gonna go after the bad ends all the way, so I'm just gonna be like, well, actually that sounds like, glad to hear it, I knew I could count on you. So here's what the moves would be. Instructions, redirections, surf survival guide. You use your zappy BS, type of girl, escape, fuck you out of here, and I'll be your pal. Friendship, I guess? Friendship's free, ain't it? Nothing's really stopping you from zapping straight out of here to avoid getting forked down the road, you're realizing. As much as friends are great, self-preservation is starting to grow on you. But you're starting to remember something. The feeling of wanting to get away from this hellscape of a planet. Someone you deeply cared about wanted you to take her with you if you ever found a way out. You couldn't back then. You didn't have this feeling of incredible importance to the plot, whatever the actual hell that means in any sense whatsoever. But you have the power to help someone out now. Alright, you tell her. For the power of friendship, you'll do whatever it takes to help her. She seems pleased, and something in you melts from her approval. So how does this work exactly? Can you just like, go anywhere if you think about it? Do you click your heels and believe in flipper prawns or what? Do you gotta have been there, or do you just like, nah, flipper prawns sounds super awkward actually. Already know how to get there somehow. Oh, hold up! Flipper conches! That's pretty much how it works, yeah. You're kind of overpowered like that. You're still being chill about this, so you throw another shrug in there. Yeah, whatever. Did you mention yeah? Oh, that's perfect. F yeah, bitches. First order, bitches. My palace. And make it snappery. You give her a salute. Hold your hand out for her to grant onto. She doesn't get what you're going for a second, and gives you an incredibly half-hearted high five. There is literally nothing more unpleasant than a soft, caressing high five from a recently resurfaced fish murderer. Her hands still super wet from just having resurfaced. You're staring at each other awkwardly. You feel like cupping up like a soda can as it slowly dawns on her. Oh. You grab her hand and refrain from judging her for her faux pas, mostly because the look she gives you tells you laughing means getting stabbed 3 times over. When you open your eyes again, you're expecting to see the inside of some kind of Star Wars Death Fortress. You know, torture chamber, escape pods, pillars of fire, statues of Empress. But you arrive in an incredibly cushy-looking throne room filled with bright colors and portraits of a smiling fish lady. You're obviously in the right place because she's got her hands on her hips and this is business as usual, despite the abstract form of transport. Jeez, is it just you, or does this look a lot cozier than you would expect it from the person in charge of society around here? What was her name again? Her impressionable compensation? Her impervious compression? Something like that. Imperious condescension. There we go. You know your shit after all. You proudly proclaim with your hands on your hips. Glevin as fuck you don't. Got no idea how to climb up, do you? Jacking that impressed title though. For real though, if you think this be any sort of out-of-character experience, and you definitely ain't from the throne here, this is the lack of horns they give you away, like incredibly good this can be. You could say something to that effect, yes? Alright, I'm off to start packing. And also finish packing. Finish being a pun. Wasn't expecting to ride so soon, so I got some loose nets to tie up. Just the shuttlefish stays unjacked. For now. Keep watch for me here and let me know if you hear anybody come this wave. Wait, you being left on guard duty? But you're tiny and not armed. I should think that this is kind of a terrible idea. You start to go down the laundry list of reasons why it probably isn't a good idea to put you in a position of looking out for her. But her pointing 3 sharp prongs at you shuts you up pretty quickly. Before you can build up enough dumb and foolish courage to refute her, she's disappearing down one of the 5 hallways this place connects to. It's like spaghetti down here. Oh yeah, down here. You found a giant glass wall that shows you just how down here you are. You're under goddamn mother-glubbing water. There's something that looks like a cross between an anglerfish and a whale shark that's swimming closer, and you have a funny feeling it isn't looking for friendship. Despite its best efforts, it's no match for the glass. It sure as hell try to turn you into some kind of foreign alien dessert, and you're really starting to feel unsafe. Just a little. You'd love to maybe not be sat in the throne room all by yourself. Then again, disobeying the orders of Alternia's heiress might not exactly be safe either. Looks like you have another choice to make, Buster. Okay, or to keep blocked, stay put and keep an eye out. I probably have to follow after her. But we're gonna stay right here. Close the menu. And stay put. Murder plant fauna be damned! You're not going to get the heiress and you could find the face of everything she wants. Besides, you can't help but want to be a noisy asshole and explore the place. You're basically in the prime position to learn more about this Empress you keep hearing so much about. You're honestly surprised I haven't seen her in person yet, given what you know about her hating aliens. Wait, was it the heiress? I might be thinking of the heiress hating aliens. Speaking of heiresses, is this the Trizatethis you've been hearing so much about? She hasn't told you her name yet, but you're connecting the dots here. Shit, maybe you're finding the next generation of tyranny and villainy, and the reason Eternia is so shitty. I guess you made worse friends? Taking a deep breath, you decide to do some browsing on the throne room. There's room for plenty of exposition here. You mean exploration. Did you mean exploration? You decided to start with a giant fuck-off portrait of the Empress, who without question has more hair than several towns combined. Her impassioned conversation, Feferi Paxes Empress 612. Huh, that's not a very familiar name to you. There's no biographical article or anything, but using the power of imagination, you take one look at her angelic smile and fill in the blanks yourself. This must be one smart cookie, you remark in a shitty noir voice, using that smile to deceive an entire empire. Pearly whites really make the skeletons in her closet blend in. Okay, your narration is even more insufferable now, but you are not feeling particularly hard-boiled tonight. Point is, there's no way she could be responsible for such an oppressive and brutally dystopian society, right? Where are the acid-spitting appendages? Where's the throne made of bones and fire? You have not seen one doomsday device yet, and you are feeling so ripped off. You keep walking down the hall, interpreting the various displays like you're in a museum of underwater death. You see HIC cuddling a giant spaceship, wearing an incredibly poofy and colorful bar gown, holding a freshly baked cake. Oh, here's something juicy. She's sitting a tiny, thin grub with pigtails in her lap. It looks freshly hatched. It's been vandalized with a fuchsia marker to make the grub look more... how do you say this? There are sharp teeth and angry eyebrows messily scrawled over the grub to make it look like a way more terrible person. You wonder how that heiress feels about this. If that grub is her, she must be pissed. Off the walls, livid, flames outside her face and everything. She considers telling about this flagrant abuse of royal property, but you don't exactly feel like being the messenger for someone with a seeming love for stabbing things. Or people. Or you. By the time you make your way down the Museum-esque hallway, reading up about the Squidlian peace treaty, you've had it up to here with history lessons. You've also been standing around for a good long while reading boring bullshit. You haven't read a single word about anything remotely violent, and after all your time spent toughing it out on Eternia, the lack of bloodshed is threatening to bore you. Yikes. You elect to take a seat on the throne, since it's really the only place to sit down in this room. You don't think anybody will mind. You've got quite the renowned ass in some parts. Okay, maybe you mind, because this throne is a super uncomfortable lump in it. Can't see anything out of the ordinary. You pat the throne down and you definitely feel that lump in one very particular spot. Is there something hidden underneath the cushion? There's a little flap in the cushion you dig your hand into, and to glued around the fluffy foam, you manage to pull a whole ass black thing book out. What the fuck? It's got a big pointy M on it. M probably stands for massive because this thing's as thick as 2 dictionaries and a little too close and personal to describe in a PG context. You have every intention of sitting the fuck down and reading through this whole thing right here. You make yourself comfy on the throne, wiggle your ass right in, and... Intruder alert. Wait a minute. You didn't make that sound. Intruder alert. Okay, you definitely didn't make that sound. You don't even know of any other intruders other than... This presents a problem. Before you can continue boggling vacantly, a swarm of 3 bulky-looking drones bust down the giant ornate doors at the end of the hallway. That gets your adrenaline pumping somewhat. Fuck! In a panic, you tuck and roll behind the nearest cover, which in your case happens to be a fish-shaped shrub. Coward like a coward, you shoo your eyes shut and wait for a big metallic hand to grab you by the scruff of your hoodie and send you back to the title screen. You hear the mechanical whirring getting closer. The drones pass you without a second thought. Holy shit! Your shrub hiding game's on point! No cardboard box necessary. Suck it, Metal Gear. I guess you just convinced the big mad machines to forget that there wasn't... Meenah Paxes, you're forbidden from living past your curfew. Wait, you don't have a curfew. Also, your name isn't Meenah. By the time you put 2 and 2 together and realize that your new friend isn't named Trizatethis, Thank God. You hear a bunch of cursing and screaming in like 3 different levels of ruckuses. I swear to God, you are dead forked meat! Do you hear me? I'm gonna fucking crow you so hard your sentence will be hatched with tiny little fork poles in her crabdomins to go with their blind glove and peep bulbs. You lousy good for nothing, look out. You really hope she's talking about you. Peeking over the aquatic theme foliage, you catch 2 of those hunking machines dragging a thrashing and screaming Meenah out. Oh God, what have you done? You can imagine a horrible fate awaits her, but you know that you're not going to let it happen on your watch, even if her moral compass is questionable at best. Taking exactly 0 seconds to think your plan through, you zap right in front of Jones and block the path. Hey! You should say, let my friend go, shit! Without escaping a beat, one of the Jones extends a mechanical arm and bonks you in the head, instantly knocking you unconscious. Thankfully, being unconscious means you don't hear the rest of the extraordinarily unpleasant speech Meenah gives you. Something about various messages she's starting to affiliate you with, and some choice remarks about your brain size. When you finally come to, you think you can make out one of those drones in front of you. It's hard to say since you may or may not have a concussion right now. You have no idea how concussions really work, and your brain hurts just thinking about it. Or maybe it was just a drubbing it gave you earlier. While you try to rub the sleep out of your eyes, you find that your hands are tied behind your back. Nope, wait, your whole body is trapped in some kind of person-sized net. What the hell, you say? The drone leans in a little closer and you hear some kind of high-pitched whirring sound. Is it scanning you? You think it's scanning you. All aliens to be sent to the Fungin until trial. Do not resist. Resistance is silly. You must not be hearing the drone right. Fungin? Like, fun dungeon? That's totally what it is, isn't it? Ugh, you hate plays on words. Zap out of here. You close your eyes and think the homeliest thoughts you can, hoping for your wicked new wizard powers to kick in and get you out of here, but there's nothing doing. Zap out of here? You try again. No dice. Okay, maybe you do have a concussion. Now you're starting to get worried about this function because despite having naming fun, half the name is also dungeon. Joan seems to have enough of you wriggling on the floor to get trapped in the sleeping bag and really need to pee, and hoist you up before flying you down to the end of the hall. You're sitting what feels suspiciously like a trapdoor before, like the world's posh dunk tank. You despised it into a giant body of water. Quickly realized that this function might not have been designed for non-water breathers like you. Get dunked on. Okay, that was bad end too. So let's load. We haven't seen the other option. Sure. Well, actually, that's not. Okay. She doesn't actually let you do anything. So, I guess that's kind of pointless. It's kind of like Dirk's. Yes. Okay. Follow her to her block. You come to the conclusion that being eaten alive by a giant sea creature is much less desirable than putting your foot down and offering a hand with packing. With your shoulders puffed out, you march down the hallway. You saw her head down and ignore the loud clunk of teeth hitting the window again. You find the door you think you saw her enter, and you know you got the right place and you hear rustling on the other side. After knocking to respect her privacy, you assert your dominance over the narrative by entering anyway. This doesn't exactly make your friend feel like she's won the lottery, if the look she gives you is any indication. Probably is. She stops shoving the belongings of her whirlwind-struck hive into a suitcase to glare at you. Man, what in the glove the fuck did I just say? Pretty sure I used non-fish words too. So you got someone on your tail or what? No, nothing like that. She's good to keep happening. You just want to keep her company and also maybe help her out. She seems like someone who appreciates some free labor, so you do your best to sweeten the deal with that very logic. She stares at you long and hard, but ultimately decides that kicking you out is worth it. She cocks her head to a big golden suitcase lying open and half stuffed with trinkets in the middle of the room. Alright, fine. I've had it up to here with doing this bullshit myself anyways. Just don't fuck this up, aight? Aight. Shove anything valuable looking in, because I'm taking as much of this block with me as I can. Is valuable too abstract? If you bling, throw it in. Ever an obedient suitcase packer, you start rifling through the absolute mess of her bedroom floor and try to cram it into the already stuffed suitcase. The tridents are unfortunately like 3 times longer than the suitcase is wide, so you defeatedly let them just roll off and clatter onto the floor. You settle for a few baking apparati instead. Whisks, spatulas, you see something that looks like a remote control but with legs? Speaking of taking with her though, it does raise a question. Where is she taking all this junk to exactly? You didn't say the word junk, but you say the rest of the words and replace the word junk with like priceless treasure or something. Kinda long story, but fuck me, I got my fins glubbed off, planning this shit out in the first place. Thanks for nothing, you thing. So let me skip her ass all the boring car. I'm Meenah Pakesheets, right? Fated challenge my ancestor for the throne, become the boss-ass beach future queen I'm meant to be. Air quotes. Finally hand her blubbery ass to her after being the lamest, most glubbing rover being guardian a punk gal could ask for. Which I didn't ask for, just for. But man, luck glub and sigh if ever there was one. That responsibility sounds like nothing but bad news from where I'm sitting. Trust me, I'm sitting pretty. Alternate pun, upon swimability. So I'm running away. Clam scram, bitch. Oh, wow. I guess she could have seen that coming because she did mention escaping. When you're a brutal fish princess, there's really only one form of escaping other than going to prison. Is she sure about this? Mused to herself while examining a bunch of her old shitty rope looped to the lasso. Being the ruler seems like it's a pretty sweet deal to you. You're not sure if this rope is all that important actually, so you just dumped on the floor at your feet. I mean, ruling sounds dope in theory. Being in charge only rules if the peeps you're bossing around are worth commanding, which they ain't. Besides, the best part of being in charge is having the freedom to do whatever you want with 0 repercussions. Which is what I'm doing, ain't it? This is all comes off as incredibly immature to you, so you guess that means all of all people stepping out of the running for ruining this place isn't actually the worst thing in the world? Okay, so maybe the best part is telling other peeps what to do, but close second. Gilver maybe I can fly some suckers up to order around. There's something much better about helping her drop out of the royal running here. You pick up a hefty metal spear and expect accuracy. You ask what she's running to, while you try to determine what the hell this thing is. The moon. Excuse you, but what? In your stunned disbelief, your butterfingers lose grip of the orb, and Meenah flips out when she notices. Hey, careful with that! She visibly flinches when it glances at the ground, but nothing seems to happen. Well, that's a lie. You feel a throbbing pain in your foot from the area of impact. You're hopping on the spot in pure fucking agony, actually. When she notices the fact that the damage is minimal, she deflates at a pace you've never seen before. Careful with that shit, damn! In a huff, she swipes the ball off the floor and stashes it somewhere. You didn't quite see where while you're nursing your injury. Do you wanna blow us up or what? Why the hell did she just have a bomb in her block? Last resort. Might come in handy for the whole escape thing. Where was I? Right, escaping. She said she was going to the moon? Yeah, the moon. Ain't no thing. Pink gun ball in the sky. That not a word where you come from, or alien terminology? I guess. Will you be whack? No, you know what the moon is. The problem isn't a lack of knowledge. Then what's with you being all bug-eyed and shit? You think I'm dumb enough to run from the intergalactic throne by just moving down on a subgrub? Scratch that, you could think I'd stay on this dumb fucking hell rock if I could? You sure ain't the think pans of this operation, that's for sure. I ditched this joint for a she-shell. Fair point. This planet kinda sucks. You're just not sure if your power is on an interplanetary level? Okay, so maybe the problem is a lack of knowledge, but only technically. Yo, what's a big glove and do? You can't know for sure if you don't try, right? If you're just gonna roll over and take it, I guess you fit right in on this lackadaisy grubby planet, lol. Important note, not laughing out loud. Important equals port pun FYI. Jeez, if she thinks this planet is pushy and comfy, she must be the toughest customer in this whole damn store of a planet. Looking at her, you don't exactly doubt this. You've seen murder clowns bathe in blood before too. Look, I'm not gonna bother keeping you around if you ain't ship-shape, so you gotta work this out. Can you, or can you not, zap to the moon? Come on, you got to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chop chop. Give me a second, jeez! Where's the fire? Can't the protagonist try to figure their powers out in peace? Meenah's expression goes from being annoyed with you to being mildly alarmed. Her fins do a little fluttering motion you're trying to interpret on top, but trying to figure out where the fire is. Shit. Shit! The sorta paddock makes itself pretty apparent when towards the respite block is busted down by a giant buff robot drone, tailed by 2 others for backup. The drone starts spouting something about an alien kidnapping heiress before Meenah yoinks one of the tines you've dumped on a suitcase and completely severs the first drone's head. Guess the cake's done. Stuck a fork in. Bon appetit, bitch. Its speech slows to a slurred, glitchy crawl as its metallic body drops dead. In a heartbeat, the suitcase vanishes into a pink card-looking thing and she makes a run for it. Before you can accuse her of leaving you behind, you notice that she's got a tail of her own. Of rope, namely. You look down just in time to see your foot in the rope loop before you're forcefully dragged behind her. Springboarding off the first drone corpse, she slides under the other 2 like a baseball star, subsequently dragging your face around the front of the process with a spring around. The helpless body prodding with all sorts of decorative furniture on your way out. Holy shit, how strong is this girl? She's like 13 years old and she's hauling you behind her like she's a flying kite. You feel a sharp tug in your leg as she drags you close to her. And you're thinking before because the drones are hot in your tail, and more are starting to emerge from various side entrances. Soon enough, you manage to roll and stumble onto your feet, but you're still having a hard time keeping up with her running speed. She's really going for it. It's like you're running after the bus you just missed. Except, you know, incredibly deadly stakes. Hey, Hornless! She doesn't bother looking behind her, but your panic responds to know that you're present and accounted for. Ready to find out how powerful you really are? It's sink or swim here. That's an awfully anonymous statement, but when you realize what she's holding, your choices are clear. She's holding the bomb from earlier. It's like the little glass sign on the side is blinking, which obviously means explosion impending unless you do something, and you do it fast. You're freaked out as all fuck, but you've got no choice. You close your eyes and try to figure out how your powers work. Go move! Zap! Up, and away, zap! Shazam! Go! 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 Move, go! Please, you don't want to die. You can't die. You reach for to grab her hand, and just as you hear the sound of glass smashing from bodily contact, you vanish into thin air. Your forward momentum ends up sending the both of you skidding along the lunar surface before the 2 of you slow to a stop in a pile of limbs and post-adrenaline exhaustion. When Meenah sits up, there aren't words for how shocked she looks. She's staring at the ground. It's pink and crusty, and slowly her head tilts up and notices the giant celestial body in the distance. Holy shit. We're on the moon! Holy shit! Yo! We did it! Yo! She raises her fist in the air triumphantly, and despite what you've heard about space, you very much hear the way she screams with joy. She detaches herself from you and stands up straight in a power stance, which you very want to get over the way every part of your body aches. Eat a load of Moby shit! I'm so free! Yeah! In a display of great maturity and wisdom, she flips her home planet off with both hands. You know what? You do too. As much as you spend a lot of time in Alternia, you're not sad to maybe, not do that anymore. Something nags at you. Shit, you're just realizing this is the first time you managed to leave Alternia since you crash-landed. Something else nags at you and that's a beeping sound nearby. No audible since Meenah stopped yelling. You both turn in horror when you notice how frantic the sound is getting. It's your turn to think fast and step up to the challenge. So exactly as abandoned, you cradle the bomb in your arms and zap halfway across the room. You hurl the bomb as far as your skinny arms will allow. You're so quick thinking that you barely register the fact that you're facing a huge stone temple. Oops. With a boom, the temple is no more, instantly reduced to rubble. Holy shit. Meenah was gonna kill herself if things went south? With your heart crawling into your throat, you retreat. Meenah seems surprised to see you return, but she gives you a satisfied smirk when she assesses your alive status. Yo, Zappy! Meenah pipes up and points at the giant plant in the sky. Ever see the blowhole thing at once before? Meh, blowhole be kind of a stretch. No, you tell her this is the first time you've seen what the place looks like. You think you might have seen a chart once or twice at a friend's place, but this takes your breath away, and not in the outer space way. Yeah, LMAO. Moons be breathable, thank fuck. That's all before us. Ha ha ha, what? You don't say that loud, but you do fall dead silent until you try to decipher what you just said. What the hell is before us? This is literally the first time you've heard the term, and you have like 40 troll friends now. You mumble a half-hearted wow that Meenah probably takes to be your aforementioned breathlessness as you stand there and slowly start to question everything. Now that she mentions it, you do find it a little strange how one of the planet's moons seems to be missing. Wasn't there a green one? You're pretty sure there was a green one. Quietly, hesitantly, you ask Meenah if she's happy about leaving Alternia. The hell is Alternia? And more importantly, why would any Moby give two shits? Sounds like the fakest load of copguts I never heard of. Okay, you guess you've got a mystery on your hands. You're gonna bottle that Maple Springtown to open some other time. Right now, you're just lucky to be alive. You're gonna zap back at some point and try to figure out what the deal it is, but for now, you're sitting down and taking in the sight. Existential crisis or not, space is beautiful. Nothing can touch you here. No one can touch you here. Can't help but wonder how Meenah's gonna imagine all by herself here, but no civilization to speak of. Wonder just long enough for you to know that she heard you. I'll get hooked up to the net eventually. Net like fishnet. You think I'm dumb enough to plan my runaway for half a sweep without considering that? Joe's got space travel on lockdown. Not that they'll find me yet. Interplanet adapters ain't hard to come by when you rich, LMAO. Big surprise, your girl's fucking stacked. What about her friends, though? She's gotta have friends, right? She mentioned Windfang. You think it's a stupid name, but friends have stupid names sometimes. Aren't they gonna miss her? Isn't she gonna miss them? She flatly ignores your question and goes on like you never opened your mouth in the first place. Either way, I'd still rather die of boredom and salvation to live how to wear big poofy dresses and pretend to give a single kind of fuck about being a good empress. If I'm kicking it with my own pair of boots, you dig? This troll really is ride or die, huh? Get shit done or die, IMO. I guess that explains the bomb. What? No, it'll take more than a dinky little boom to finish me off. Can't say the same for robots, though. But I mean, even if I wasn't basically fucking invincible, I'd have the gills to do it unlike every glubbin' one else. Which is why I fucking hate it on Before Us. Besnorus. No Moby does anything. They all just stand around with the thinking gourds up, the waist shoots hoping someone else will take care of it. Why you think we got robo slaves, huh? That or they just ain't allowed to do stuff that's too dangerous. Barf. But that's enough scalded leaf water off my chest. It ain't my problem no more. You nod solemnly and, despite your best efforts to deny it, somewhat awkwardly and complacently, you're just kind of naturally inclined to agree with her at this point. Before Us doesn't sound like Alternia, from what brief and honestly kind of cryptic descriptions you jotted just now. Can't imagine that planet in front of your eyes being anything close to cuddly or soft. You just assume Meenah was really, really hardcore, but you're starting to wonder if something's up. Is this one of those Bernstein situations where you just wake up in some alternate universe. That's like a whole load of poofy shit. You decide that now is not your time to head back down and investigate. When you mention such to Meenah, she gives you a passive shrug, but coughs to grab your attention before you make the metaphysical jump back down. Hey, real quick, just wanted to say. There's a small pause before she picks herself back up, almost like she's not used to speaking so seriously. I can dig the cut of your jib. If you're looking to study nerd shit, I can hook you up with some glub who knows a thing or two. But let's link up every once in a while, you hear? That's an order. You give her an affirmative nod and a salute, and she rolls her eyes at you. She's smiling though, just a little. No, but seriously, if you don't, I will hunt you down and krill you. Moment of couple. I don't feel like you're not into me anymore. First but foreign befriendment. Yay! Importing screenshot. It's not an official game though, just to make that clear. Ooh, we got an entry! Chapter 1. On the 14th, I forgot what the 8 was. On the 14th, in the perigee of the second dim season's equinox, it seems I've yet again waltzed around my so-called impending doom with little more than improvised choreography. With these countless close brushes of my demise, I threaten to find the experience is predictable. Not that the promise of unrelenting happiness sounds like the most unfavorable poison under my current circumstances, though I trudge onwards toward my iron will and stubbornness. Living a life like mine is, not to put too fine a point on it, borderline insufferable. Her impassioned conversation delivered yet another telegram, met with a chorus of raised eyebrows. Though some may suspect foul play from such abnormally close-working relationship with the Empress, their self-absorbed murmurs clash starkly with the clean, sanitized mask they insist on bearing in my presence. If it weren't for our pitiful excuse of vacation season, Peels warmer than green might have learned that those of my hematological disposition read impressionable lines like theirs for breakfast. I never tell them I know every trivial detail about them, however. The second these wigglers freak out and scramble to their higher-ups is the second the eyesight skate on shatters beneath my feet. And no language, modern or ancient or otherwise, has the vocabulary necessary to describe just how utterly sick I am of being sentenced to being a fucking book hive archiver. I don't think it takes a hive mind to figure out that someone of my skills and caliber doesn't belong trapped in a dusty building sorting authors alphabetically. My home is the sea. I belong on the sea. But I digress. In the empress of your race sends you her regards. You don't very much have any other choice than to write right back, especially not when you're as close to her as I. I kept telling her these forms of private correspondence were doomed to rouse suspicion from the very first square. But I suppose I should have known better than to think she's very good at listening to other people. Raised in centuries worth of bloodthirst, she bested her ancestor in combat and turned our very race into a peaceful society. A utopia, so says she, and of course her word is law. It doesn't take a legislator to figure that out. Perhaps that is why no matter how many threaten to catch on to her true feelings for each other, not a word will ever reach the surface. Her message was much of the same. Glowing reviews of the stories are recommended to her sarcastically. A reminder to stay out of trouble. Another healthy donation to my metaphorical prison. Not that I'm one to turn down free money, mind you. There was one strange quirk to today's message, however. One I almost can't record, even in a private journal. Obviously, though, I'll be damned if I let a single piece of information vanish from sight entirely. What's a journal for, right? She, blasphemous woman that she is, wants me to hunt down any record of the obscured. I fear I may have offended her at some point in the recent past. Knowing her as personally as I do, I'm perfectly aware this is a mere game to her. A moment of thrill, to keep track of my hunt. At my expense? Sure, let's up that for notion. Let's start with the basics, shall we? A mythical troll with blood of bright candy red. A lone pack beast who wanders from subgrub to subgrub, living on nothing but pure bitter spite. A total stubborn wiggler in every sense of the word. I can see why Pigcheese wants him trapped down. Not that she told me, but I know perfectly well what she wants. Her own little pity pet with bright blood that she can care for so much like she will her descendants. She might be immune to my telepathic abilities, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have a type. No matter. I have no need to feel jealousy for a woman's other quadrant. I'm so confident, in fact, that I will find this man and bring him right to her. I've got records. I've got nothing but records in this building. This will be a piece of pastry fortress. Speaking of hive minds, I believe I'll be seeking him out in the evening. With the entire recorded history of Chokai and his stink pants touch dumps, he's bound to know something. Enjoy your last nights of freedom, Obscured. I'll make sure Guardian Voidlock prepares a very welcoming opening ceremony for you. End of entry. Do you think trolls can live on the moon? Maybe. But that was so fun. Oh, Meenah's. Her thing was so fun. Winner takes it all. And the next one is Matuna's. So I think that's about done for this episode. If this is something I'd like to upload, then maybe I'll put a part 2 where I'm doing the second volume. And a little trivia. Meenah is probably my favorite of the Dancestors. For multiple reasons. One is her totally rockin' attitude. She, like, out of all of them, is definitely the most straightforward. Definitely the most, just confident and bold. Her quirks aren't, like, totally annoying. And I can actually, like, read some of her stuff, and, like, Matuna's, like, he's fine, but, like, I mean, he's okay. Some people see him as, like, an adorable little baby, but I don't see the appeal. I prefer Meenah, not only because she's, like, totally pretty. She's super pretty to me, but she's got an attitude, she likes money, she's just confident, and I like confident people. There's probably more reasons, but I can't think of anything right now. It's like 11 p.m. But anyway, thank you for watching. Maybe subscribe if, like, that's something you want to do. You don't have to, I don't really care. But, yeah. Comment, like, all that jazz, and just have a good night, or afternoon, or morning, or evening, or whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye.